So Ultimo Hombre has been around for 2 years now. It first started in inception, and basically it was created from gamers, for gamers. So basically we were going to a lot of eSports events, we were going to a lot of gaming expos, and what we realised is there's no sort of inclusion for spectators. It was people just going around, watching people on stage, sitting down, watching people. There's no really like inclusivity there.
So this is one of our first international events, which is one of the many reasons that we're so excited about it. Previously, we've mostly done our events in the UK. And what we realized across the world, of course, but here as well, that there is a huge appetite for gaming. And whilst there are lots of companies doing competitive professional gaming events, there aren't really very many, if any, that are doing what we're doing, which is changing the focus away from that very small amount of professional competitive gamers and instead opening it up to amateurs and casual players like us. This is what I think is going to allow us to really stand apart from the pack and do our own thing. We've got our first event on the 10th and 11th in August at the Senayan City Hall. It's a great venue. We're going to have a lot of great games, a lot of great opportunities for people to get involved and win prizes. And I think once people come down and really see what we're all about, there's going to be plenty more opportunities for Ultimo Hombre in this part of the world, because what we have, I think, is something really unique.
Main target, again, casual amateur gamers, people that haven't got the opportunity or that gateway to really becoming professional. As we were saying in the live Q&A, like, we very much want to nurture this talent as well through our events, through online, through workshops and whatnot, and just really giving the ability to and giving people that spotlight, really, and then able to be diverse within that, because it doesn't happen a lot. It's impossible to get into the higher gaming leagues.
I think our main purpose is to democratize competitive gaming. We don't want competitive gaming to solely be something that only the top tier, very small amount of professional players can be involved with. Competitive gaming is an amazing way to experience playing games, and we want everybody to have a chance to be able to do that. You know, I really like the idea of Ultimo Hombre unearthing the next big professional gamer who hasn't yet had the chance to be on that stage. So we give casual amateur gamers a chance to be on the stage, see their name in lights and succeed. And you know, I really think that that's something that we can do over here.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to change. So especially in the UK, there is that stigma, it's not necessarily cool, or parents think that it's unproductive, where actually it's a complete opposite. It's giving, yeah, as long as, obviously it has to be socially responsible, so you can't be gaming 8, 9, 10 hours a day, will nothing be within that. But it's just trying to change that stigma, and that's what I say, being all inclusive. So we want the parents to come, we want everyone to come in and actually just witness that it's not this stigma. Gaming isn't this really nerdy thing, or like it's unproductive. It very much is the complete opposite, and it's to show that you can make a really good successful career out of it as well.
And the great thing about gaming is that there isn't just one career path you can take. You know, maybe you can be a professional gamer, maybe you can get into games development, maybe there is the promotional aspect of live events that you can get involved with through gaming. It's a massive industry which is growing by the day, and we just want to kind of help open people's eyes to the possibilities that gaming brings.
Obviously, with a bit of decline within music and TV and film, eSports is just completely taking over. It's a household name in basically every country. Obviously, every different region is a little bit slower than others. Obviously, a lot of Asia and North America are predominantly leading it. But it's only natural. With this digital age that we live in, everything's going to slowly move towards that. And a perfect example of that is the Asian Games, obviously the first official games to actually bring gaming in there. I think that's just going to completely open the floodgates, and it's going to move on from there.
Yeah, well, I think there definitely has been a lot of progress. I mean, you know, events all around the world, not just in Europe. The prize pools are getting bigger, the coverage is getting bigger. One thing that's really interesting to me is that soccer football is huge in the UK and in Europe, as it is here. We now have professional FIFA players in the UK that are earning sometimes nearly as much as professional football players, you know. And what games like that do is they reach out to an audience that is beyond the typical kind of bracket of gamers, you know. It's people that like FIFA are not necessarily people that consider themselves to be gamers, but they are. If you play FIFA, you're a gamer. So games like that are helping to push things forward and kind of develop and grow the industry and put it more into the mainstream, which I think really is the target for all of us here.
So again, it's very different. It's very much a stigma. Like everywhere around here, you've got mobile gaming top-up stations and everything. Like I've never seen anything like that. It's crazy. In here, in the UK, people are still, again, there's a stigma. You wouldn't be caught dead playing a computer game in a cafe or anything, but over here it's just natural. It's amazing. Like I'd love to see that within the UK, and again, that will happen at some point.
We mainly play on PCs. We play on PlayStations, Xboxes. We're big console gamers, myself and Ben. Love playing FIFA. Love playing Fortnite, Overwatch. I've just started playing PUBG, which I absolutely love. But Ben is unfortunately better than me at most of those games, but not FIFA.
To be completely honest, it's not that much. Again, it goes back to that whole stigma thing. Obviously, within America and everything, we're looking at internships and scholarships at colleges for people to play eSports. I know there's a couple of regions over in Asia that are doing the same thing. Not so much in the UK. Again, we're quite slow on the uptake compared to other regions, but it's going to happen.
Well, I think there's two different kind of things that need to happen. One is a wider cultural acceptance. And this will happen as events like this grow in size and more people get involved with gaming, and you know, as more and more people start to make careers out of it and make money out of it, the mainstream will inevitably take notice. As far as the government here is concerned, I think as with everywhere in the world, what we need is more things like gaming academies, one of which has recently just started in Kuala Lumpur, I believe, yeah. So, you know, as it becomes more accepted in the mainstream as a valid form of entertainment and career path, all of the other things will fall into place. So from the government, we just, I think, hope for, and I think inevitably will see, an acceptance and then more funding to allow people to pursue this as a career option.
So a lot of people say that they don't understand it, and again it goes back to that stigma. Esports, these people, these boys and these girls and these men and these women, they're training 8 to 10 hour days, sometimes if not more. They're doing exactly what other sports people are doing. They're joining academies, they're doing workshops and whatnot. It's a complete sport, but again it's breaking down that barrier of that stigma for people to realise that it very much is indeed. It's a sport.
I mean, 10, 20 years ago, things like skateboarding wasn't accepted as a part of the Olympics or accepted as a sport, you know, and now we have things like skateboarding, BMXing, all of these new sports being accepted into the mainstream. And, you know, we keep coming back to this word about inevitability, but it is only a matter of time before gaming is accepted in the mainstream as a valid form of sport. It's for you, it's for absolutely everybody, and we hope you come down and check it out because we've got a really great couple of days in store.
Hopefully see you there.